Girl,
too.
you're bringing the fire today.
That's these
Let's
fire.
go.
That's my.
The wit. I don't know about the wit. It's not quite there. She's a little bit under the weather, but she's bringing the fire.
Okay. Here, submit, type your questions here, post.
One more time. All right, welcome to episode number 2 of the Wearebe Show. I'm Shua, and this is
Chalet May.
And the theme for this week
It is how to get new clients. So the first question we got this week on Facebook from Miss Kimberly King is how to find new clients without spending a fortune.
All right, Shelly, I'm gonna let you take that one for a ride.
Okay, so there's many things that you can do that don't cost a fortune that I've done and personally had success from. The first one is have some sort of referral program or what I call instant discounts. So it's 2 different things. Referral programs is basically if someone refers a client, you give them a discount. So it incentivizes your clients to go out, talk about their experience, share with people how awesome you are because you're amazing. And then the other one is having instant discounts. So one of my friends suggested this to me earlier on when I opened my studio at the very beginning, and I'm like, oh, it's not really that big of a deal. But I swear, most of my clients did it, and I posted a paper in the studio, and I let them know after every appointment I have instant discounts. So you can, if they post, because the power of social media is real. The power of social media is huge. And so if you're talking about your business, which you should be on social media, that's great. But adding another level to that is having your clients talk about your business and talk about how amazing their experience is and have them post a selfie, tag you in their post a status on Facebook as soon as they check in to your salon and offer them $5, $10 off. If you don't want to do money off, you can do like a free brow wax or like some type of upgrade in the service for free. And that really incentivizes people. Like, it's crazy what people will do for an extra $5 to $10. So that doesn't cost you a lot of money. You could start that literally right now.
So that's a really good way to find clients without spending a fortune. And I just want to comment on your energy. I need to match your energy because she's killing it right now.
I just got adjusted at the chiropractor.
And she just got a massage, so that's probably why. But for me, I can give you a couple tips. So first, it's leveraging social media. That's the number one. Using what we have here. Just going on all these platforms. That's free. So social media is a term for the internet because everybody is on social media. So ensuring people know about you and your brand on Facebook, on Instagram, creating a YouTube channel, creating as much content. Again, this is free. So this is not you don't have to spend a fortune because it doesn't cost you money to use these platforms. Pinterest is huge. Getting creative here because you don't have the means. If you did have the means, we would tell you to spend money on Facebook marketing, on social media marketing, which you can get clients from as low as 15 cents, per lead to as high as what we've seen is 75 cents to $1 or $1.50. So depending on what your budget is. So I think that's one key is using social media. I would definitely also advise for referral programs. There's a book I would recommend by Jay Abraham. It's like 101 ways to refer your clients and how to get really creative in that aspect.
Wow.
One of them is on the opposite side of social media. So paradoxically, on the opposite side, if you have a strong clientele base and you send them handwritten letters, and on that handwritten letter you ask for a referral, and and or give them a referral program to where you're discounting their services or you're actually giving them money, that would be a game changer, because nobody's sending out, cards anymore. No one's doing that, but the people who are consecutively doing that are differentiating themselves from their competition. So that's another one.
Hold on. So Hallie at Hello Gigi Lash Allier says, punch cards, 10 fills gets you a free one, or even just a good discounted price / prize. What do you think about that? Punch cards. You can always incentivize people to do that. So that's good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, try everything. Try all of these methodologies, and if it's on a budget, then you're going to have to spend more time. You can't have best of both worlds. If you did, then everybody would be successful in every single business, right? I don't have the money, then you invest the time. If you don't have the time nor the money, then there's a strong likelihood that the company is not going to be around for the next 2 to 3 years. That's just based off stats, but we're not pessimists though. So that's not what we're talking about. But those are 2 ways. Did
one
you
more.
mention giveaways?
No.
Okay,
so this one's awesome, especially with social media. Going back to that, is you can partner up with other people in the industry to do giveaways. I mean, you can do giveaways on your own, but that gives you more visibility. So your following, your clientele goes in and they tag their friends, and at the end of the giveaway, you give away something, whether it's some product or a service or a brow wax or whatever you give away in the giveaway, but that's in exchange for them tagging a friend, posting on their wall, and that sort of thing. So you can gain clients doing that.
Okay, awesome. And then I think that's a good that's really good tactical advice. I'm gonna link up the book by Jay Abraham. I recommend this to any client service business because it's a little bit older. So I think he wrote it a little over 10 years ago, maybe a little bit. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's an older book, but it still has great tactics in it for referrals.
Yeah.
And referrals are the most inexpensive way for you to get new clients without spending a fortune. So let's get into the next question. This is sent from Nicole K _MUA. So she's probably most likely, I'm gonna guess, a makeup artist.
Yeah, good job.
Go ahead.
She says ways to build clientele. So we gave you a couple of ways that you can start at, but I mean we could go on for days. You can literally cold call people. You can literally talk to close family and friends and ask to do their lashes, do their hair, do their nails at a discounted rate if they're willing, to promote you as their beautician. What other ways can you think of? It's kind of the same question.
It's kind of the same question, yeah. Ways to build clientele, how to find new clients without spending a fortune. So all of these tactics, everything that we've said up to this far, the only other thing that I can think of as far as ways of building clientele is building your front-facing brand. So ensuring you have brand equity, which when people think about a hairstylist, your brand comes to mind. When people think about, and some people think that you need to have millions of dollars of ad spends and need to have Super Bowl ads, need to have billboards, but with social media, it's making the barrier of entry so low that you can target Facebook ads, so you can literally input your clients, right? So you can localize it within a 20-mile radius. You can input all of the clients that you currently have based off their profiles, based off their interests or likes, and then you can mirror your current clientele base, let's say of 30, 40, 50 clients, and then you could input that, and then you could have a Facebook ad consistently going through their feed on a daily, if not weekly basis. So you're always top of mind, which is one of the perks of building brand equity. And again, This just goes back to social media marketing. Right now, it's so cheap, anybody can get involved in it. Mm-hmm. In the next 3 to 5 years, we might be having another conversation. So that's one.
Yeah, I mean, if people can't see you or find you, then you don't exist. As much as people, don't want you, they want to say whatever about social media or whatever about anything online because, going online seems scary to them. even if you have a brick and mortar business, like if people can't find you, you don't really exist. Everybody Googles, you know, make sure that you're signed up with Google Business so people can Google you and find your location. Anytime that you post something, tag your location in it, so they know that your salon, that your spa, that your studio exists, so they can find you. That's another thing
girl,
too.
you bringing the fire today. Woo!
That's these
Let's
fire.
go.
That's my
The wit. The wit. I don't know about the wit. It's not quite there. She's a little bit under the weather, but she's bringing the fire.
Okay, we have one more question. Hello, Gigi Lash Allier says, how do you feel about taking walk-ins?
Okay, so this is live over here on our Instagram.
Yeah, so that's a good question. I think when you're first starting out in your business and you have the time and wherewithal to open your books, like, get after it, girl. If you can open yourself to walk-ins, then do it. But eventually when you start filling your schedule, unless you have someone that you hire and you pay hourly to sit and wait for walk-ins, I feel like sometimes it can be a waste of time. But at the very beginning, if if this is the only thing that you're doing, if you're, you have invested into your business and you have the money and the time to just open your books and sporadically do appointments if people come and walk in, like, do it. But eventually over time, I don't necessarily feel like I couldn't do walk-ins because my schedule is so crazy. I'm not just doing one thing over here, one thing over there. So I have to schedule my time, and my clients know that these days and these times I'm available, and that's it. So whenever someone calls me, I make sure that I schedule them ahead of time. I don't take walk-ins ever, but at the beginning you do. I remember, and I learned this lesson the hard way, but I remember taking clients late at night just because I was like willing, because when you acquire a client in the beauty industry, it's not usually just a one-time. If you do your job well and you make the experience memorable, they're gonna come back to you. So sometimes it is worth taking a walk-in when you have the time. You may not really want to do it, but taking that walk-in, building that relationship, giving them a great experience, and then they'll come back to you for their fills, for their touch-ups, for their hair, for, more massages, whatever. And so that's my input. That's what I think about taking.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to come completely out of left field. I believe that when you get so entitled and so fancy to, so to speak, into where you become that really like uppity shop, and you're like, oh, you didn't call ahead, oh, you didn't schedule it. I can tell you right now that if business as I know it is like a sport, then you have become, the moment you become that entitled business owner is the moment you are losing clients and your business is losing money. And so if you want to stay as the leader in your space, in that industry, then you will take walk-in clients, you will take calls, there's nothing that you won't take. If in that moment you cannot take a client because you're physically working with another client, or every one of your employees is working, then you make sure that you have a system or process in play to capture that lead, because they physically came in to get work done that day. Mm-hmm. You do not turn them away because you have a busy schedule. And that is devil's advocate theirs, because when they leave your salon, I don't know if you guys ever left a client service business that said, I'm too busy for you, but that's the equivalent of slamming the door in your face. Because you're too busy. Your time is more important than your potential prospect's time. And so if you want to stay at and continue producing at the level when you were started and you were young, up and coming, like Shelly said, then you will treat every client the same, whether your schedule is full or not. Yeah. And the moment you become entitled is the moment that you've lost your edge. And if you lose your edge in business, I don't know if you guys know what happens next. So
well, I'm
playing devil's advocate, and I'm going to say absolutely yes, take everyone that's coming. That's like, here, I have money, do you want it? And you're like, no, sorry, I have enough money. And unless you're making 7 figures, I don't think anyone has enough money in this day and age. So
yeah, totally. And I agree with you. And I also think that...
Actually, no. if the math is right in the median salary of the average beautician, then absolutely no one in the country right now has enough money to turn away clients based off data.
Well, if you're trying to build your clientele, it seems counterproductive to turn anybody away. But what you did say and what I like that you said, I don't think anyone that doesn't take walk-ins is too entitled. Sometimes, but saying if you come into the studio and you're like, yo, can I get my lashes done today? And I'm like,
yo, can I?
And I'm like working on a client or I'm doing bookkeeping stuff and I don't have time for you that day. Like, I'm not going to be like, no, you got to leave. Like having a system or a process in place where you say,
yes,
oh my gosh, I can totally fit you on my schedule, just not this moment. These are the next times. When are you available? Can I get your name? Can I get your number? And like still, have that dialogue, that conversation with them.
So including that in the policies and procedures, and that you actually have a system in place. Because otherwise, I've gone to go get a haircut in the past and they're like, oh, we're too busy, but we'll contact you. Or I don't even think they said we'll contact you. They just said we're full and we won't be available all day or for the next 3 or 4 hours. You're welcome to come back. But it's like, no, you take care of me. You ensure we'll follow up. What's your number? What's your email? How do I get a hold of you? Mm-hmm. So when we are free, or if somebody doesn't show up, you can be next in line. Not we're so busy that because there's an ebb and flow of everything. A client service business, you don't have control. You're serving others, and so you don't know when you're going to be so full or so packed, or months you're going to be more packed than others. And
if clients leave you.
Yes, or if clients leaving you. So building that relationship and every time you touch your new prospect, it's a good experience, and you leave them better than when you found them.
Yeah, you want to be remembered, so it's all positivity. Yeah, don't bring like that. I'm too good for school face.
Be unforgettable.
Unforgettable. Next question. Okay, that is by Christina Vici from Facebook. She said, before I started my beauty and wellness business, my question was, what are the ingredients in these products and are they effective? I love that this got brought up because I think it brings up a point where we as beauty professionals and anyone beauty in general needs to be conscious of the products that they're using. Just because you're getting a product that's similar at a way discounted rate doesn't mean it's effective, doesn't mean that it's safe, doesn't mean that it could cause potential problems to your clients. This happens a lot in the lash industry. I notice people buying glue off of Amazon that's from China or whatever, and people are getting eye infections and irritations and chemical burns and all that sort of thing. So make sure that whatever products you choose to use, to carry, to refer to your clients, you stand behind and you've done your own research. Because there's so many times where, and I'm sure you've gone through this, where people are like, our stuff is all natural, it's amazing. And you look at the back on the ingredients and it's got like freaking PEGs and color red dye and whatever else in it.
And fragrances. And
so be conscious. If you're going to choose those products, look at it, do the due diligence, and if if you're fine with that, then stand behind it and that's what you choose. But don't choose things just because they're cheaper, or just because your friend's trying to sell it to you. Do your research.
So true. I'm going to expand your awareness, whether you want to hear this or not. Conscious beauty, being conscious of the ingredients and what you're putting on your skin, around your skin, like in your hair, your body, your skin is essentially the largest organ that you have in your body. Everything is absorbed that you put onto your skin. So again, whether you want to hear this or not, if there are toxins in your beauty products and you, my friend, are experiencing and you are assimilating toxins into your system, now one of two things has to happen when you absorb toxins. Your body has to detox from it or you die. So 9 times out of 10 it's the latter. Your body detoxes, but as that detoxification takes place, your brain power goes down, your cognitive function goes down, which is the same as brain power, your alertness is gone, you need more coffee throughout the day. So if there's anyone that has symptoms out there but has not audited their beauty products, you're absorbing thousands and thousands of chemicals within your lipstick, within your makeup kit, within your shampoos, within all of that. There's no toxicity audits done on your beauty products, but the trend is showing people are becoming more aware. So conscious beauty products that are auditing the ingredients in their beauty products are trending upwards at a really good L curve. So if you're looking for a beauty product, or if beauty entrepreneurs out there that are looking for a opportunity, here it is. Start being conscious, bring greater awareness to what you're putting on your skin. I'm a health nut when it comes to nutrition, but I'm also very conscious of toxins as well. I ensure the water I drink is filtered. I ensure the food I eat, it does not have toxins in it. We've had these conversations over the last couple of years of ensuring that the products that you're ingesting, down to your menstrual cycle products, are organic, are toxin free. And organic is just a fancy way of saying there's no pesticides and herbicides in your products.
Genetically modified.
Genetically modified, also genetically modified organisms. And so yes, absolutely, that's your little bit of nerd moment, a little bit over the top with the information, but it's the truth.
No,
and I want to expand the awareness. And so that's like, I'm willing to come out of left field, or willing to blindside you on this YouTube video, because I didn't say it was going to be easy. I just said we was going to lay the truth.
Yeah.
And we're going to lay the truth today.
Truth bomb with an F.
Truth bomb.
Okay, so another question by @Shipley Lash Cosmetics. Homegirl, what's up? Shout out to you. She asks, what's the best way to build clientele? I've been super active on social media, using popular tags, offering discounts and referral discounts, and I'm still not filling my schedule as much as I'd like. Ideas?
Yeah, I'm gonna like ladies first. So.
It's actually an interesting topic, because a lot of my clientele was built very organically through referral, but something that comes to mind is you can actively put yourself out there and do the actions, but if you don't truly believe that you're abundant and that you're worthy of success and have that self-confidence within yourself, it can be hard to grow your business.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch it up.
Sorry, you distracted me.
For our live followers.
Yeah, that was good. So, really ask yourself, the intentions behind what you're doing. Are you doing it, are you putting, those vibes out there, so to speak, that you love what you do, that you're confident in your work, that you're confident in your communications. A lot of my clients come to me because of the person that I have built and became and have been, and really finding something when it comes to that intention and people seeing you and knowing you, having it be something that draws that in. So whether that's having a point of difference or genuinely getting real with yourself and saying, I know I'm worthy of this, I know I can do this, and kind of changing that inner dialogue. Because sometimes when you need clients, your mind is actually in a deficit. Your mind is actually in a scarcity mindset, because you need the money, because we don't do this for fun. I don't sit behind the chair and break my back every day doing lashes just for fun. I love what I do, I love my clients, but it is a real job, and so it does take growing yourself personally and reflecting on how you're showing up for your business. Are you whole about it? Are you confident about it? And even though your clients haven't showed up yet, are you in the space of abundance before they come to you? Little mindset thing.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to give you two tips that I think first and foremost, become the best at your craft. So invest in going to the instructors or the educators that are going to give you the most cutting edge techniques or teach you how to cut down on your service time, or just grow your knowledge around that and become so good at your craft. Nobody wants to go, when they come to you, they don't want to go to anybody else. So that's one. Just like business development, personal development, they go hand in hand. They're the same thing essentially. Just invest in yourself and in your craft at such depths that you know the person next to you providing the same service cannot give their customers or their clients the same experience. That's number one. The second thing that I would say to you is, I would say, and I know I'm not going to get a lot of good feedback for saying this, but honestly, be the go-to for first-time clients at such deep discounts that you will not see your ROI for 1 or 2 other visits. So it kind of goes hand in hand, because if you're the best, then people are going to continue coming to you. But if you discount your rate by 25% less than any other competitor, they're going to also give you the chance, right? Because
to prove yourself.
To prove yourself.
Yeah.
So everyone wants to get a discount every now and then. I mean, I've seen that in sales. People will literally go from service provider to service provider on TV, cable, from home security. It doesn't matter what it was, just because it's cheaper and because they have new client deals, they're more willing to give you a huge discount. The length of time that you have a client is not reflective of how much money in client service businesses like that. The more I come to you, the cheaper it gets. That's not the truth. So having those new client deals and really advertising those out is going to help you with that as well. And so it's a huge discount, but if you're confident in your craft, then it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah, because you're basically paying. If you get them, the good thing about the beauty industry is usually the services that you do, you should have returning. Your client should be returning to you for a touch-up, for a fill, for a color, for a cut. And so that initial cost that you're biting, so to speak, for them to come in at a discounted rate will pay off. Because if you give them that experience that we talk about, that's the best, and making them feel like kings and queens, they'll come back to you.
She had to hit record again because our camera stopped recording. So humans are so visual. Just to put this in perspective, with all the senses that we use, hearing, sight, sound, smell, everything accumulates to 11 million data points that we can assimilate. Visually, we're 10 million of our data, or our awareness and our focus is based off eyesight. So with that in mind, it means it's disproportionately we are more focused on visual cues than anything else. And so what she just said is the game changer. It's not telling people that you just have a discount on your services, but it's showing the value proposition of, generally my services are $100, but new client deals are going to be $75 or $60 or $50. I'm saying be recognizable for the new client deals being so low that nobody else can touch it, because nobody else is willing to show the value. Everyone else is getting too entitled. So your competitors, again, go back to Shelly. Do I take walk-ins? Absolutely, you take walk-ins. Otherwise, you have an entitled mindset that you don't need it. And when your competitors or people in your industry have that mindset, that's when you capitalize. And so your capitalization is saying, generally my competitors charge $120. I charge $100 year round, but I'm willing to do it for $50, knowing that you're not even breaking even, or knowing that that's just covering your supplies for the service or whatever it is, or it's even less. Like, go in the hole for $10 if you know you can keep that client and they're going to come back to you for the next 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
It's there, but a lot of us are short-sighted. We don't want to take that risk, but not knowing that we're taking that risk every day because we're not doing anything else. It's business, and it's a part of the game. So
that also reminds me of like my mindset as a beautician at the beginning, owning my own business, versus now in realizing, just because you own your own beauty business, treat your business like a freaking business. budget out advertising, budget out new client gains. Like the usual business startup is you're not profitable for 3 to 5 years. But the most amazing thing is how lucrative this industry is, and you can make money right off the bat. That is what is so amazing about this industry and why I love it so much. It creates so much opportunity to really just the barrier of entry is so low. You can get started and get profitable like in the first couple months of business, truthfully, if you do it right. And you keep your overhead low at the beginning. So really though, long term, like budget out for advertising, budget out for these things so you're not like, you know, scrambling to pay rent at the end of the month.
And in your defense, in everyone's defense, the average cosmetologist or person who goes to aesthetic school in this country is not taught any of this, is not taught what business fundamentals are, right? Starting my first business with an organic, it was my first solo endeavor, going in it all by myself, no co-founders, nothing. I was under the impression that I was supposed to be living very bootstrapping, not making any money, not putting, everything was reinvesting back into the business. And after 3 years, if I was not profitable, if I was not in the black, then and only then do you consider quitting. And so keep that in mind with, wow, you have clients. Be grateful for what you currently have. That's the first key. So don't forget that you currently have clients. I know a lot of you guys are asking how to get new clients, but make sure you're taking care of your current clients. And that's the first step. Be grateful for what you have coming in currently.
Yes.
But then also grow your awareness into understanding, I need to have a marketing and advertising budget. I need to have some rainy day funds so I can put out these new client specials and not stress about it.
Yeah.
How much runway do I have? That's a huge thing in the tech community. That's a huge language pattern they use. What is my runway? Because they need to know how many months they have. If they didn't make 1 cent, you know, from current building their software or their business, from now in 6 months, would we still have money in the bank? With a client service business, obviously you see the doors and you see the revenue coming in and out and circulate more often. But it's great to have that mentality and have that other perspective and have that type of feedback or opinion, and so you can expand your space of possibilities, have a contrasting viewpoint. That's why I'm here. I don't have a beauty business. Now I actually do. My beauty business is Wearebe. Now I'm actually co-founder of the Lash Studio as well. So a lot of my knowledge from the dozens of other industries that I've built businesses, invested in myself, are now benefiting these endeavors. So
Totally.
one last question from IG Live.
Okay, at Treats for the Face, how can I find lash artists with experience to work at my business? That's a really good one. So, basically something that I think everyone should...
I'd say joining local Facebook groups in your area. Really quickly, just to answer that question, join local Facebook groups on social media. We have found hundreds, if not dozens of groups focused on every industry, and then put up ads there first. Secondly, then start using the regular job boards out there. You own a business, just make sure that it's in the category of beauty. So if you're using ZipRecruiter, make sure it's under beauty, and make sure that they need aesthetic licensing as well. So you're creating a job board, which is essentially a marketing and advertising, and the first experience your candidate has with your business. Ensure that you have very clearly noted what they should expect, what your expectations are. Have a couple interviews, have a phone interview, and then an in-person interview. Make sure you have the process down so you are vetting out and you're funneling in the best candidates.
Yes.
You're not going to know. I mean, in business, what we say is, when we're investing or starting another business or figuring out if this is going to be a good relationship, one rule of thumb is go out to dinner with them for three times before you decide whether you want to get in bed with them in the business world, right? That's the verbiage we use. Like, can you eat dinner with them? Can you enjoy their company? Do you see yourself being in a 2, 3, 5, 10-year relationship based off whatever business plan it is? And if you can, great. I would say take that same perspective in hiring. You're spending more time with your hires and your employees than you are your own family. So make sure that it's cohesive. And cohesive, we can go into this. This is a whole other topic, but cohesive in the sense where they're bringing the most value for your clients. They don't have to be like you. I'm not saying fall into confirmation bias, but I'm saying ensure that they're the best fit for the position that you're advertising for or that you're looking for to fill. In this case, lash artists. But also make sure that you can get along with them. They have the same values as you. They have the same mission statement, or the same long-term goals as you as well, and they want to fit into the business's core values, which is having a that's a whole different
conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's not get lost in the sauce today. But one thing that I wanted to add on real quick.
I want to get lost in the sauce.
One more thing is, as far as lash artistry goes, do incorporate some sort of internship program where they're working on clients and you're checking their work before you put them onto the books or before you hire them. Because I know when it comes to lash artistry, that's something you don't want to mess with. I mean, anything in beauty, like everything's important, but especially working on someone's eyes, or if you do microblading or something that is very, very more like intensive, make sure that you're looking at their work. Have them send you, before and after pictures at the very beginning. Have them come and do a model as part of the process. And then you can also, if you want, incorporate some sort of internship program where after X amount of days, 2 weeks, 30 days of them taking clients, let's say once or twice a week, you can check their work to make sure that they're up to par.
Yeah, so just to end that in a package, I'm going to package what she just said in a beautiful package and tie a bow on it and then give it to you guys. Interview, how well a candidate interviews is not indicative of job performance. So just keep that in mind. People will train, people will practice interviews and killing it on the interview, but when it comes to job performance, they shit the bed, okay? So be conscious of that. That the only indication is not what school you went to, whether you were on a sports team or played in college, or what your daddy or mommy did for business. It literally, the only metric is performing on the job. And if you can put a process or a policy in place where you can see what they're like day to day before you sign contracts, it's going to benefit your bottom line and your business long term. So keep that in mind, guys. But I don't think we have any other questions. Let us check these IGs real quick.
Okay. We did good today, guys. Appreciate your
feedback.
Thanks,
you guys. Sounds great. I've been in business for 16 years. I just want to bring lashes to my shop.
Love that.
Awesome. Well, we hope we helped with that.
See anybody else here? Okay. Well, that's a wrap.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming to the Q&A show, Wearebe Show. Everyone that came on, be sure to follow our YouTube channel. This
will be on YouTube.
Wearebe is the YouTube channel, and you'll see the logo, this one.
Yep.
With the white background and the drop shadow, and it's just the V.
We're building the world's first beauty learning platform. So if you have trainings online,
What?
Trainings.
You talk this way, I'll talk that way.
In-person trainings.
You talk this way, I'll talk that way. Go ahead.
We're gonna help you grow
grow digitally.